Now it's recording.
Okay. Hi. My name is Tony Videla. I'm studying Human Services and Psychology. This is going to be my very first speech, and it's on self-awareness or self-analysis. To show you my note cards, this is side 1. This is side 2. This is all I'll be using to help me with my speech. Now to show my audience. Show yourself.
I'll show me last.
Okay, and this is the camera person too. Okay, now go sit down.
Oh, hush. One of the funniest speeches ever, I bet.
Are we ready?
Maybe I'm sitting on something. No, it's a person. Okay, ready?
Okay. So again, I'm studying Human Services and Psychology, and I'm doing a speech on self-analysis. One of the first things I wanted to go over were, I'm going to discuss my strengths, my weaknesses, and ways that I can improve my speaking abilities. First, we'll go over my strengths, which would be I love to talk. Not that anybody would know that, except that all of you do. I talk to strangers at the grocery store. In class, I'm always the one that raises my hand because I love being able to give out the answers. I will talk like if I'm at a function or a party or whatever. I love to be right in the center of it all. And unfortunately, even though it makes me feel more alive or, more with the program, so to speak, it can also be one of my weaknesses because sometimes I talk just a little bit too much. So what happens then, I start talking, it might be because I'm nervous or I think I need to say something for whatever the situation is, but I'm really not sure what I should say, so I just start rambling. And sometimes when I talk, I go off these wild and crazy tangents, and nobody knows where I'm going, including myself. So that's kind of a bad thing. I also tend to overanalyze myself. Like if I'm preparing for something, if I have to give a report or something like that. Well, aside from the whole canceling it, chickening out, and taking a lower grade, if I ever had to, I overanalyze what I'm trying to do, and I end up getting way too much information, and I try to condense it in the tiniest space possible. And it tends to be a bad thing. Some of the ways that I can improve myself, which we all know everyone has room for improvement. For public speaking, it would be better for me if I spent more time preparing, taking better notes, researching, getting all the information I needed, and then going over it and actually finding what's pertinent. One thing that would help me do, because one of the biggest issues I have is panicking or freezing up when I have to talk to like a big group. But by gathering the information, knowing what I'm talking about, being prepared for it, it's going to help me. Even though I'm going to be scared and nervous, I'm going to be able to recall the information, even if I forget my note card. Let's say I don't have my note card. Then I'm going to be standing here, but I'm prepared. So I'm going to know what the subject matter is. I'm going to know the details. I'm going to know what the flow of it's going to be. And that will help me get through my speech. So overall, those are my strengths, the talking, being in the center of attention, so knowing that that's a good thing. Knowing that my weaknesses, which can also be talking, this is kind of a double-edged sword, and knowing what I can do to improve my public speaking abilities. Also being nervous is, big. Breathing exercises would be good. So thank you very much for coming, and have a wonderful day. Show the rest of the audience. And that's me. Okay.